Hey guys, welcome to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is my review of our 3-0 win over Swansea this evening. What a great result that is for us, first and foremost. I never, ever remotely envisaged going into the game that we would beat Swansea by not one, not two, by 3-0. An absolutely outstanding achievement for us to come away from the Liberty Stadium, a ground where we have a pretty appalling record, both home and away against Swansea. So to get this win really does kind of get the monkey off our back in that sense when we come to playing Swansea, and it's a great result for us in general, and it puts us on 25 points, joint top in the league, but we're second realistically because of City's rather scrappy win against Norwich this afternoon. But we're opening up a clear gap over Manchester United, who we go 4 points ahead of now after their 0-0 draw at Selhurst Park. And I did say earlier on in the season when we beat Crystal Palace by 2-1 that other teams who are competing for the league title would struggle to go to places like Selhurst Park and get a win, and that point has been evidenced this afternoon by United coming away with just a 0-0 draw, and we really do look like the main contender to rival City for this Premier League title. If we continue to win games like in the manner that we are recently, this has completely eradicated the 3-0 defeat against Sheffield Wednesday from my mind. If we continue to play in this manner, then there's no reason why we shouldn't be challenging for the title. I mean, we're challenging for it at the moment, so let's make that consistent over the course of the season. I mean, how many players were we out with today? No Wilshere, no Welbeck, no Rosicky, no Walcott, no Chamberlain. So many first-grade players out of the team, and we are still coming away with top-class results and top-class performances. We're actually saying that it was a rather out-of-sorts performance, I think you have to say. This result doesn't quite reflect the overall epitome of the game. Swansea did play some very good football. Gary Monk's a very classy manager, I think, and that's just echoed in the way that they play their game. They did have a very good chance relatively early on through Bafétimbi Gomez. You have to say that was probably the best chance of the half, apart from one that Giroud scuffed a little bit later. But this game could have panned out very differently if it wasn't for an excellent tackle from Hector Bellerin, using his pace to his full advantage, tracking back after awful defending from Per Mertesacker, trying to play a high line against players that are full of pace like Gomez, Ayew, Montero. It was suicidal effectively from Mertesacker, and it cost him in that position. We could quite comfortably have been 1-0 down at that point if it wasn't for Bellerin getting in there and intercepting the ball from Bafétimbi Gomez. Great work there by Bellerin, and wasn't the first time that he did some outstanding stuff throughout the course of the match. Quality stuff from Bellerin consistently. He is proven to be one of the best fullbacks in the league, and I'm going to say a bold thing, if not the best. He's looking so classy at the moment, and our defence is looking so resolute. I was a bit surprised actually saying that about our defence, that Gabriel didn't stay in the Premier League team after his performance against Everton and didn't continue that into this game against Swansea. I was really surprised by that one. I think he was a lot more better equipped to cope with the likes of Montero, etc. Montero did really cause our defence some problems, especially Bellerin on that right-hand side. He was looking very dangerous throughout the course of the match. I think Gabriel would have been more suited, but we've still come away with a clean sheet nonetheless in rather fortunate circumstances. Swansea didn't really take their chances when they came to him, but a rather quiet first half. Swansea, the more dominant side. I think that's a given, really. I think any Arsenal fan can admit that Swansea were on top of the game and were rather unfortunate to have not taken the chances when they came to him. But we did well to see out the game 0-0 at half-time. We took the spark out of it in a way, and we were rewarded for our efforts in that second half. Olivier Giroud putting us 1-0 up, an assist by Mesut Ozil from the corner, another assist for him in this game, and this is just the first of a couple that he got in this match, which I'll get onto a bit later. But Giroud planting the ball in the back of the net. I think that's 65 goals now in 150 games for Olivier Giroud, and that's almost a goal every other game. We paid about 10 to 12 million quid for the guy, and that is a fantastic return for a player that I think so many people have mixed opinions on, but he's a very consistent player. You've got to say that. He hasn't had a lot of game time this season, given that Walcott's been playing a lot up top for us, but Giroud was, he didn't have the greatest of performances today, but he consistently scores, and that's what I like about Giroud. Really does work hard for the team and was rewarded with a goal today. And what I'm liking about this Arsenal team at this moment in time is, I think I've said it once before, but we're setting the tempo for games in a matter of minutes. We took the spark out of Swansea, like I just said a minute ago, but we dealt well with the pressure and we soaked it up from them after this goal, because they had some very good chances through the likes of Sigurdsson. They were pressing us through the likes of Shelvey and really making it difficult for our defence. But we soaked up that pressure. Cech made a couple of outstanding saves at the other end, proving to be a world-class signing in the summer. I think we all know that one. 6 clean sheets, I think that is for him now. So great work by Cech yet again. And I think he's one off levelling David James's all-time Premier League clean sheet record. So that would be a phenomenal achievement for Petr Cech, and hopefully it will be the start of it, even more clean sheets and a very long record for someone to beat him in many years to come. But that aside, we soaked up the pressure really well from Swansea, and we got another goal. A typical Arsenal thing now seems to be score one goal and then go on to score a few more. And we got a goal through Laurent Koscielny in rather controversial circumstances. but I don't really think it was a foul. They seem to be making a whole big deal of it on the telly, but I honestly don't think there was any real foul in that. I didn't see anything tenacious from either Koscielny or Giroud, but Koscielny did really well to get the ball and just place it in the back end. It was an absolute howler from ex-Arsenal keeper Lucas Fabianski. 2-0 to the good for Arsenal, and a great position to be in, 2-0 away from home against Swansea. But things got even better from there on in. Mate, this was a lovely goal, the third one. Great passing moves. The heart of it was Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Ozil. Sanchez didn't have the best of games today, really didn't think he was at the races, but his overall build-up play in this Arsenal setup was second to none. Really does work hard for the team. And even when he's not playing well, he still contributes a lot, which is something I love about Sanchez. And him and Ozil involved so heavily throughout the build-up to this. Ozil puts the ball into the box, and who should be there but the forgotten man, Joel Campbell. A great goal for him. I mean, the confidence this must give him, especially heading into the game next week against Tottenham and the game midweek against Bayern. This is exactly what he needed, and I couldn't be more happy for the guy. I mean, I've criticised him so much in the past. I'll be the first to hold up my hands and say that I've said that he's not at an Arsenal level. But this is his chance to prove me wrong. At one point, I'm pretty sure we were all thinking the same about Coquelin. And I'm not saying that Joel Campbell was going to develop into the type of player that Francis Coquelin is. He played a very reserved game today. I think he did well to get his goal. He didn't do anything wrong, but he played a very calm, a very efficient game. But nothing spectacular, I think. But getting the goal really does bring some attention and light to him. If he continues to put in relatively sturdy performances, then he's going to give no reason for us to criticise him. And he's done in one game what Chamberlain hasn't been able to do all season, and that's get on the score sheet. If he can provide goals to this Arsenal team, he can be a valuable asset to us. And who knows, when Chamberlain comes back into the Arsenal side, he could find himself third place for that right wing position behind Campbell and Aaron Ramsey. So a great position to be in terms of the options that we've got. I really hope Campbell keeps it up, because he's going to need that confidence. And if he can bring something to this Arsenal team, then that puts us in a great position. But 3-0 away from home against Swansea, a result that I never in a million years envisaged, but I'm really happy that we've come away with this win. It's a shame that Norwich couldn't hold on for a 1-1 at City, but that's how football works. And I think that we've got Tottenham next, and then a couple of relatively straightforward games, which I hope we'd win against the likes of West Brom. City have got some tough fixtures coming up. I think they play Liverpool at some point. Chelsea lost 3-1, whilst I'm on the topic of Liverpool, to Liverpool today. So, I mean, 14 points above Chelsea. I mean, I kind of almost don't care that they beat us 2-0 earlier on in the season. That's phenomenal stature to be above them. I'm really happy that we're above them by such a great... It's just great what's happened to Chelsea. This downward spiral that they seem to be in, and Jose Mourinho really making a good advert for being the specialist in failure. But we'll leave it on that one. We'll just leave it on that final note there. Leave your thoughts on this 3-0 victory away from home in the comments box below. Please do subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV if you're new. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. And as always, we'll be speaking to you soon.